We all know how important it is for executives to prioritize their tasks and their time. What we do not hear as much about, and what is equally, if not more important than prioritization, is determining which tasks not to work on. That is what is meant by the term posteriorities, those tasks that do not warrant the time of the top executive. A decision must be made on which tasks are the most important. And as stated in our task, the question comes down to whether the executive decides which tasks these are, or if the pressures of the tasks themselves make this decision. It's easy to set priorities. It is harder to decide which tasks not to do and stick with that decision. Most executives have learned through experience that the tasks they decide not to do are tasks that are eventually abandoned altogether, thus the difficulty in the decision. Declaring a task as a posteriority may also be unpleasant. The task may be an important one to others in the organization. The top executive knows that setting too many top priorities and attempting to distribute his time and concentration among those tasks, although making everyone happy, ends with none of the tasks being completed. This is where courage comes in. The executive must have the courage to make the tough decisions regarding which task is to be declared as the most important. The important rules for identifying priorities identified Drucker in our text include: pick the future as against the past. In other words, don't dwell on yesterday because it is in the past. Focus on tomorrow and what's ahead. Focus on opportunity rather than on problems. Problems must be dealt with, but problem solving does not produce results. It prevents damage. Exploring opportunities produce results. So choose your own direction rather than climbing on the bandwagon. Don't let the group dissuade you from the direction you need to go or that you see the organization needs to go, even if it's unpopular. Stay the course. Aim high rather than something that is safe and easy to do. So aim for something that'll make a difference rather than taking the easy win. Many studies of research scientists have shown that achievement depends less on researchability than on the courage to go after the opportunity. Similarly, in business, the most successful companies are those that are innovating new technologies or new businesses, not those that are merely developing new products for their existing line. Priorities and posteriorities are perpetual or continually changing. The executive must stay on top of the matters affecting the organization and the employees, and to be effective should never concentrate or commit himself or herself beyond the one specific task that is being tackled at the time. As we know, circumstances and situations affect which tasks are important, and the executive must continually regroup and refocus on the most important task at hand. By concentrating time on tasks in the order of importance, the executive is able to master the effective use of his or her time. Remember, if you do not have time under control, you can bet there are other areas that are out of control as well. Next up, Claire will share the application of the information covered in this chapter and wrap up our presentation with the conclusion.